Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming here to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day The Single Life, Season 4, Episode 15, Tell All Part 4. Part 4 of this crazy tell all. And boy, this episode, this tell all part was pretty interesting. So we're just gonna get on right on to it. Sorry guys. The first we left off with the tell-all with John getting down on his knee to propose to Megan. So we come back with this episode, continuation of that, of John proposing to Megan. He proposes, she says yes. Congratulations, John. Now, I don't know what the status of the relationship is right now, because we're going to see John and Patrick and Thais on Happily Ever After, and they're finally going to make their premiere this coming week on it. And I know he's supposed to be going with them to Brazil to cause trouble. So, like, I don't know, like, in the timing of this or the status of him and what him and Megan are going through right now. So we'll see how that plays out. So congratulations to John. So after they did that, we went and talked with Miss Debbie, and they brought out Ruben the Cuban and her son Julian. So basically, Debbie talks about, you know, at first before she met Ruben, she got on a dating app and met this one dude, and she took out 10 years of her age. For some reason, they brought out Colt's mom, Debbie, Mother Debbie, and they also brought out Fernanda for some odd reason. I don't know why Fernanda was there, but, you know, for their take on this couple. So Mother Debbie was like, why'd you lie about your age? I'm proud to be 72 or whatnot. And Miss Debbie was like, well, Debbie, is because when I put down my real age, I was getting nothing. Nobody was responding to me and stuff. And then Mother Debbie, being a hypocrite, she was like, well, why don't you just get off the dating apps and go meet in person? Now, Mother Debbie, we know you met Tony on a dating app and on them other guys on a dating app. So don't be coming after Miss Debbie on that crap. So after that exchange, they brought out Julian, Miss Debbie's son. And Julian, you know, just being typical Julian, like, you know, he said he has like reservations on Ruben, and was like, Julian said that he suggested a couple guys for Debbie, and she denied them because she said that they weren't creative and stuff. So, you know, believe it or not, Julian was trying to play matchmaker, but, you know, that didn't work. And so they brought out Ruben. Ruben comes out, and, you know, they talk, and, you know, Debbie explained one concern that she has. She's like, you know, Ruben, I went back on the dating app, and I saw you were still active. And he said, you know, I don't have a paid membership. Basically, you know, it's on there, but I'm not using it. I'm not paying, like, I can't use it. I'm not paying for it because you have to pay to use it, and I'm not paying for it and everything. And Sean had asked, like, do you think Julian was a little bit harsh on you with them questions he was asking? And he was like, you know, like, he tried to explain, you know, I'm not some foreign guy from a third world country trying to get to her, you know, basically, and referring to Osama, basically. So yeah, there was that. And so, like, basically, can we make it official with Ruben and Debbie? And they claim that they're a couple now. So congratulations to Debbie and Ruben. There wasn't, you know, Miss Debbie, she's a delight, you know. And when she made the comment of those guys not be, oh, let's not forget one thing. I forgot about this. Ruben the Cuban done got underwear and socks that he showed up that had Debbie's face on them. So he kept on saying to Julian, you know, I'm really committed to Debbie. There's nobody else I'm talking to, you know. And he literally proved himself by, you know, pulling down his pants, showing everybody his underwear with Debbie's face on it, his socks and stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That's real dedication. That's real commitment right there. So I'm all for it. I'm all for the old people love. To be honest with you, I'm all for it. All for it. So that was Debbie and Ruben and Julian. So after that, we circle back to Tim, Veronica, Jamal, and Louisa. So we circle back to them. They brought back out Jamal and Louisa. Now it's Tim's turn to be in the hot seat. So Louisa and Tim, remember back in early in the season when Veronica took Tim to like this like singles like event and stuff, and he met Louisa, and they went on a date. You know, they had a kiss. They didn't. Then it was the double date. They had a kiss and all that, whatever. But you know that didn't last. They broke up because, like, apparently it's the same thing with Tim. Tim is not being affectionate to her. She's like recipient, like throwing herself to him, and he's just not receiving. She did make some valid points, though. She did say that Tim always had an excuse every time they tried to hang out. Like, my back's hurt and my teeth hurt. Like, my best friend broke a leg or something like that, and everything. And Louisa also claimed that she tried to hang out with, I guess he had a concert like right by her apartment, and she told him to come see me after the concert, and I guess he said no because it's a Friday night is boys' night. I hang out with my boys, we play games, and we eat tacos. Okay, weird, but okay. I am not free on Fridays. So like, so it's just like he's just like making up every kind of excuse, like not to be with Louisa. And I don't even think it's like an intimate thing. It's just like she just wants some compassion. And then she said whenever he does talk to her, he's complaining and acting like a diva and she said, I'm not his freaking therapist and stuff. Now, I'll have to stop her right there. Yeah, nobody has to be anybody's therapist. But when you're dating somebody, you know, when something's bothering you and stuff and everything, you do want somebody, you want to confide in your partner, basically. And basically, but she didn't. But that's how I see it, Louisa. So just think about that if you're watching. But then the bombshell dropped. She was starting to think, well, maybe Tim is just not into women at all, and claimed that Tim might be gay. And Tim rolled his eyes and like, here we go again, basically. So, but now John made a good point. John and Debbie made a good point. We don't think Tim is gay, but he does have low testosterone. Because John said he has low testosterone and has to get injections, and now he's full sledge with it. And I've always said this about Tim. I don't even think Tim has low testosterone. I think he's just like at this point an asexual, which means he has no sexual desires, which is fine. But you know, it's coming off of people thinking that he's gay all the time when he just don't have any like sexual desires and doesn't really care. And Louisa told him, like, why do you like not care about the people that care about you? She's like, I really liked you, and you're like turning me off and stuff and everything. And Tim had brought up something that she had like an ex that she was still like talking to and stuff and everything that he didn't want no part of, which, okay, I understand that. But I think Louisa wanted more than just the intimacy with Tim. She just wanted more like affection from him, and he just wasn't showing it and stuff. So there was that. So then now after they confronted him about it, now they're turning their attention to Louisa and Jamal. Louisa and Jamal, I guess, were hanging out last night. Jamal said on stage he didn't want to make that a thing because everybody was hanging out. But they go into the back room. You know, they first confront their partners. Veronica and Jamal talk, and you know, they digest what happened. They like, you know, it's a lot. You know, do you want to hang out later and stuff? I'm like, yeah, and stuff. And back on stage, Louisa said that, yeah, Jamal, you're hot. And Jamal's like, oh, you think I'm hot? And she's like, yeah. So then, the rest of the cast goes on break, and they, they're talking about the whole situation with Jamal and Louisa. Chantel's says to the rest of the cast, as Veronica said that she was going to the bathroom, she was like, you didn't hear this from me, but it's probably nothing, but don't tell anybody you heard this from me. Wow, there's cameras rolling, obviously. It's funny when people say that when cameras are rolling. But she was like, Chantel was like, I saw Tim and Louisa at the restaurant at the hotel, in a restaurant at the hotel together and stuff. And they looked like they were really hitting it off and stuff. So then Veronica's in the bathroom, and then we just like hear a conversation like in a dressing room with Jamal and Louisa. And I don't think they knew that their mics were still on. Maybe it was intentional. But, Tim and Veronica and Jamal had just made plans to hang out after the tell-all. And then not too long after that, there's a conversation in the dressing room with Jamal and Louisa. Jamal was saying, oh, like, remember last night? We did this like a couple times last night. You fell asleep and I left. And she's like, oh my God, you're crazy. I don't remember and stuff. You like that? She's like, I'm worried about Tim. And he was like, F Tim. He got what he deserved. And she's like, and then he said that we dated them. Now we can date. So based on how that conversation went, there's full speculation that Jamal and Louisa might have hooked up and stuff. I wouldn't run it past them. But how that conversation went, nobody has confirmed or denied it yet. So I hope like Jamal and Louisa could come clean and saying one thing or another. Is it true or is it not true? Because based on that conversation that we all heard, it sounded like they hooked up. Now they also show Veronica like basically standing outside the dressing room, like hearing it. So it didn't show her reacting to it, but I'm sure she's gonna have something to say about it. So yeah, we shall see how that goes. Anyway, guys, that was it. That was part 4 of the tell-all. Pretty interesting. We got one more part next week. We got the tell-all finale next week, and I guess next week we're gonna circle back to Goofy Natalie when they're gonna bring out Mike and Josh at the same time. And I guess like the Debbies are gonna have like a big blowout, and I can't wait to see that. It's gonna be pretty interesting. So I'm excited for that last part of the tell-all. So anyway, guys, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on Sunday, Monday to recap Happily Ever After. And I just got word last night that Catfish is returning in a couple weeks, so on April 30th, so I'll be back to doing my Catfish reviews on here. Married at First Sight, they're about to do their reunion. The reason I quit covering this season because one, of the too many episodes, and two, how terrible the cast was. It was a bad season of Married at First Sight. So I'll discuss more of that later, but until then, y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all again next week. Have a good one.